Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is coming up. We are talking about Benjamin Sesko. Will he, won't he? Is he going to Newcastle or Manchester United? Which team will he end up at? And of course, we are talking about Rasmus Hojlund as Manchester United aim to solve their striker problems. Not only that, but we'll be getting stuck in to just what's been going down on tour. Welcome to Stretford Paddock, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Adam McKola. We are out here in the ATL. We're in Atlanta. We've been at a fan event tonight. It's obviously tonight for us, morning for you. And we've been having an absolute blast. We got to see Andy Mitten and Wes Brown discussing all things Manchester United, which is always good. Andy Mitten, absolutely great value. Make sure you're subscribing to his fanzine and checking out his interview on Stretford Paddock as well that we did out on tour when we were in Chicago. We've been at that event. Yesterday we're at another fan event as well. It's been an absolute blast in ATL. Obviously, we've come from New York, come from Chicago, places that I've been to before, places that I love, but places that I've been to before. And I've never been to Atlanta. And I love the music scene out from Atlanta. I love the culture, the food, everything. And I've been waiting to get here. And so many Reds have been hitting me up over the years saying, you need to come to Atlanta. I met the Atlanta Red Devils out in, I think it was Vegas a year or two ago. And they were saying, you need to come out to Atlanta. And we're saying, hopefully, Manchester United will end up over there. And Manchester United have. And we've been enjoying that Atlanta hospitality, that Georgia hospitality. And it's been an absolute blast out here to everyone that we've met. You know, whether you've come up to me, Jay, Joe, Steve, or even Ben, the producer, or you just subscribe, you follow, you like, you comment, you share, you keep it locked. Thank you so much to you people. So many people come up to you, and I'm not going to get tired of saying this. So many people come up to us and say, thank you for what we do. No, we would do this anyway. We love talking about Manchester United. It's the only thing we got to talk about. It's you guys that make us. It's you guys that tune in and enable us to have the audience that we have and enable us to be out here enjoying times like this. So thank you very much. But of course, this is the news, and we're going to get stuck into that news. Over the last couple of days, week or so, we've been hearing about Benjamin Sesko, what's going to happen. Obviously, United were linked with Ollie Watkins. It seemed like we were torn on who would come into Manchester United. Would we go for Watkins? Would we go for Sesko? Then it came out that Manchester United were putting their efforts behind signing Benjamin Sesko. Newcastle have also wanted him. Now, Newcastle also wanted Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo. Guess who they play for right now? The fucking Reds. Exactly. So Newcastle shouldn't be an issue if Manchester United really do want a player and put out all stops to sign them. And I imagine Benjamin Sesko would love to join Manchester United. Can Manchester United make it work though? Can Manchester United stump up the money? Because from what I'm about to tell you from David Ornstein, who of course is one of the best about, RB Leipzig view Newcastle offer for Benjamin Sesko as, listen to this, insufficient. Newcastle proposal was 75 million plus 5 million euros after Leipzig asked interested clubs for 75 million euros plus add-ons and a sell-on. Jeez, it's sweaty out here. They also asked for a sell-on as well. So Newcastle have offered 75 million, which was what they wanted, plus add-ons. But the add-ons are only 5 million. So what add-ons do they want? Do they want a bigger fee up front? Do they want a bigger sell-on? What is going on with that? And when you look at those numbers, I've already been torn like Natalie and Bruglia on Benjamin Sesko. I've already been torn on him. I don't know whether I want him at Manchester United or not. But when the price is going from 80 million euros upwards, I'm sitting there thinking, I don't know about this one, bruv. I don't know about this one. Is he worth it? This brother scored 12 or 13 goals. I don't know. It was a pittance. He scored an absolute pittance out in Germany. And we've had absolute time wasters like Jadon Sancho scored like 25 goals over there, come back and stink the gaff out in England. I'm a bit torn on Benjamin Sesko. And that's why I just feel like, again, my heart ain't set on Ollie Watkins either. But I also just feel like, just go for him. He's Premier League proven. People keep saying, in 2 or 3 years, you're going to need to replace him. But yeah, listen, if Benjamin Sesko flops, then what? If the transfer don't work, then what? We got another It's too much of a risk. We've got a lot of young players in this team. We're building the right way. We're bringing in young players. You know, we're making great signings into the academy. There's nothing wrong with adding a little bit of experience in there. And Ollie Watkins could represent that. And if in 2 to 3 years, Ollie Watkins has got you back into the top 4 or 5 or whatever it is to get Champions League football, he's done his job. We can go out there, get a bigger striker, a better striker, and he can become your number 2 or someone that's fighting for that number 1 spot. Joshua Zirkzee can develop. Cheeto can develop. Do you know what I mean? Oh my goodness. It's so sweaty. I am dripping like an egg sandwich out here, brothers. But yo, do you know what I mean? Like Sesko, like this money's going to go up, I imagine. And like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But then I look at this news that came through from Simon Stone from the BBC saying Manchester United are prepared to let Hojlund go for £30 million, which would be a big hit on PSR. There's an interesting few weeks ahead. I think given the wages that we'd save and stuff, I think it wouldn't be as big a hit on the PSR. Obviously, Simon Stone knows a lot more than me. But I think if you take wages into consideration that you'd save and stuff, I don't think it'd be as big of a hit on PSR. But look, I'd take 30 million plus some add-ons for Rasmus Hojlund right now. And there's one way, jeez, man. Oh, my Lord. There's one way, yeah, this Atlanta heat is killing me. There's one way that we could do a deal with Leipzig. Say, yo, guys, you want Hojlund, we want Sesko. Let's work something out. Maybe we give you Hojlund for 35 million. You give us Sesko for 75 million. You know, you make a 40 million profit, you get Rasmus Hojlund. You can probably make him score 20 goals in the Bundesliga, flip him for double in a year anyway. You could be in that business. We should try to sell that to them. So if they do want him, come and get him. Now, obviously, we know Laurie Whitwell and a few of the other press pack, Andy Mitten and co spoke to Rasmus Hojlund after the game. He seemed to make a beeline for them. He seemed to make it known that I want to stay at Manchester United. Well, brother, I hope it's not your decision. Look, I feel sorry for him a little bit. Rasmus Hojlund shouldn't have been brought into the club as his own, as the main striker and all that kind of thing. You know, we've seen bigger players crumble at Manchester United than Rasmus Hojlund, and I feel a little bit sorry for him. In his first season, 16 goals in a difficult campaign for him, for us as well. I thought he exceeded expectations, even if some of the performances weren't great. But this last season hasn't been good. And if we hold on for another year and he doesn't perform, then what's going to happen? He's going to be worth what? We're going to be loaning him out and paying his wages and all sorts. And I think you've just got to cut your losses, take the P's, and if so, reinvest it in Benjamin Sesko, who, again, I'm not sure about. But we can't be waiting around and thinking Rasmus Hojlund might be it. Because 2 years so far have shown us it's not it. And if we wait for another year or two, he's going to be worth nothing. And we've seen players like Victor Lindelof, who I know he was a little bit older, but hang around for ages. Ages. Getting renewed contracts and all sorts. No one's coming in for them or nothing. We can't let Rasmus Hojlund be another one of them that ends up on a scrap heap. So yeah, that's what's going on with the striker talk. Sesko, Hojlund, all that stuff. But I think we should still be keeping eyes on what's going on with Ollie Watkins, because Villa might get squeaky, and if they really want to sell him and he really wants to move, they might take a better deal than Sesko. And if you can get him for cheaper than the 69, 70 million pounds that's been talking about for Sesko, then you're laughing. So yo, that's what's going on. We're in the ATL. It's hot. Oh my days, it's so hot, but it's fucking amazing. And if you're out here too, make sure you're coming to the tailgate tomorrow. Make sure you're hitting up Atlanta Red Devils. Make sure you're bumping into us out here, because yo, we absolutely love you guys, man. It's been an absolute blast. And this is our last few days on tour. Remember though, we're going to be covering that game against Fiorentina, which is at Old Trafford next weekend as well. So the fun don't stop when we leave the United States of America. Make sure you're keeping it locked to Stretford Paddock. Listen to this as well. The Rio Ferdinand interview is coming up very, very soon. So make sure you're getting those notifications on. I've been Adam McKola. It's hot as a... Oh my days, it's so hot out here in Atlanta. I'm out of here.